Hello everyone, this is lesson 50 from the Collocation News Intermediate level. It's about ways of walking. So let's study together, right? Key walking collocations. Cassie always preferred to go places on foot rather than driving. She loved going for a walk in the park in the early morning. There were always a surprising number of people around. Some were taking a stroll with their dogs, while more energetic people chose to go running. Casey preferred to go for a run in the evenings. In the morning, she liked a brisk walk. Today, she was surprised to see a man pacing up and down beside the lake. He was taking long steps as he was measuring the length of the lake. Casey was puzzled but saw a little more of it at the time. So, when you have a new word, like, to understand it, you can take a look at here to understand some of these expressions, like, for example, stroll, right? For example, imagine you don't know,
Stroll.
take a stroll. It is here to remember happy times in the past. So, like, taking a stroll, it could be also here, like,
Stroll.
it's like you walk in a slow, relaxed manner, especially for pleasure. Like, you don't like walk to because you're late for somewhere or like, you're going somewhere. You just do it, right? For pleasure. So it's really one of the best type of walking probably. And we have a brisk walk, which is probably a bit different, right?
Brisk.
Brisk, it's quick, sorry, quick, energetic, and active walk. You walk quickly, like you're actively. So a brisk walk, like he said, a brisk pace. It means also a quick speed, and like maybe someone was walking, like quickly. And again, pacing up and down. Like if you don't know the word pace here, let's check again.
Pace.
Pace, it's like speed. It means the speed. If you, take a that I can say if you pace up, it means that you are going higher at a higher speed, right? I can't keep pace with it, means that I cannot walk as fast as you. So there are a lot of other collocations with this one. So you can, he sets the pace, slow pace. We say if someone is walking slowly, fast pace, right? This vocabulary. And also it's used in another meaning. You see, like these changes seem to be happening at too fast a pace, right? Here we learned all of it, taking steps, and now take a look at adjectives and adverbs associated with walking. An easy, a gentle walk. It's an easy walk into from here, like means that it doesn't take so much time. It's also maybe the road maybe is good, right? Gentle walk suggests going slowly. Easy walk suggests it's neither long nor difficult, as you can see. Heavy, light steps. I could hear his heavy steps coming down the corridor. Heavy can suggest that the person is walk probably is large or they are tired or angry, like boom, boom, right? A leisurely, gentle stroll is now we can go for a leisurely stroll around the park later. It means it's like going for a stroll is a more common speech than taking a stroll. Like so, if you want to sound more natural, then you need to use even this version. Like we were going for a stroll. Uh, we want to go for a stroll tonight. So to walk briskly, swiftly. The nurse walked briskly over the bed. Use this adverb sometimes instead of quickly. So you can use it instead of quickly. It means that really quickly because maybe nurse wanted to check the patient. To pick up to pick your way cautiously. She picked her way cautiously along the icy pavement. So when you pick your way cautiously, especially in the winter, right? You don't want to fall down because probably maybe land. No earth. Underground is really icy and it's dangerous, right? Well, that's why we pick way our way cautiously. To wander aimlessly. I didn't know what to do, so I just wandered aimlessly around down all morning. Like sometimes, wander aimlessly is just to suggest that you have no meaning, you have no purpose. Like sometimes when you're really tired of something, when you have like too much problems or like your mind is not in the right place, you just walk and you just don't know why you're walking, where you're walking, but you just want to walk because maybe to forget those life problems, you know, to stride angrily, confidently, purposefully. The president strode confidently across the room. We can also say to confident striders as a noun. We can use it. So striding suggests large, taking large steps. Probably you can use maybe soldiers, like confident strode confidently, right, across how can we say special area. Now walking through life, walking collocations are often use it metaphorically, which means that they use in to express another meaning. Jack always did very well at school. He walked every exam he ever went in for. It means he passed the exam really easily. His teachers used to call him a walking encyclopedia. It means it, like knowing all, I mean, everything. Like he was not like a book which stays in one place, but he could tell everything, and he was a moving, right, like organism. It was only when he left school that he began to run into problems. Like you see, running into problems is like kind of facing the problems, having problems now. He couldn't decide what job to choose. Many different walks of life appealed to him. Well, different walks of life, if you again don't know, one way is to check from the dictionary. If it's still not visible, you can say that many different walks of life. Here we go. When people talk about walks of life, they're referring to different types of jobs and levels of society. So don't pay attention to the background noise, dear students. So here, as you can see, maybe he tried many jobs. He has been up and down, right? He didn't want to rush headlong into it. Now this one means start doing something too quickly, something that he would later regret. Eventually, he decided that he most wanted to become a writer. The next day, he took his first faltering steps at writing a novel. So, 1 minute. Let's continue. Yeah, I had a little break. So then, right, I mean, faltering steps, it means type of like not very confident steps. You can also talk about like careful, tentative steps when someone is doing something which they are not confident about. So, like you don't know what's going to happen, what might change. Like, when you start something new, right? Sort of like a job, right? After only a month, two, he had made great strides. It means that probably if you remember the word strides, right? I mean, like made great progress. Like it's sort of made great strides. And let's check the pronunciation if you don't mind, guys. Like here, stride, because I don't want to
stride,
stride, stride. Good, an important positive development. Good. You see, it can also mean step, even close. Interesting. And here, so many collocations with this one. So, and he seemed to get off on the wrong foot with the publishers. Sorry, here. Was ready to take his book to a publishing house. It was here that he ran up against some opposition. He seemed to get off on the wrong foot. It means that make a bad start to a relationship with the publishers who didn't like him and turned his book down. So sorry now. A second publisher adopted his novel and is already a bestseller worldwide. Wow, what a wonderful expressions, guys. I mean, if you have learned, right? I mean, take what I would do, if I were you, I would write down all these new collocations in my notebook immediately now with their definitions and make sentences and probably make a speech. And definitely, I would try to check out this exercise to improve my knowledge even. Like here, what you should do, you should choose the correct collocation and you can choose from the here left side. You can read the sentence below and then you can decide whether it's true and false and why, explain why also. And then here you can complete with the correct collocation using this one. Again, looking at the left-hand side. And again, now it's independent. You can learn collocations like writing the word run. And
run,
you see, as you can see, it has so many different meanings. And we have
run,
uh,
run,
here
amok,
collocations. Look at this one, right? I mean, it's just for example, to go out to buy or do something. After school, he runs errands for his father. It's like he buys something for his father in the long run at a time that is far away in the future. So it's a great set of collocations this book dictionary offers. If you don't have this one, you can always use online version, which is also a great tool like run, and then it just shows all the collocations that it goes with here. You see more and more, meaning a lot stuff. Okay, then see you in the next lessons.